Hello Leo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Leo for the week of May 2nd. Now Leo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. Let's go ahead and see what we have here for you, Leo. Now, if you do watch my content regularly, but you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. Really helps my channel grow in a big way. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have. So let me make sure everything's in view. All right, put this right here, and then we'll also take 3 Kipper cards to clarify as we go along. All right, perfect, cool. So Leo, taking a look here, so we always go through and clarify with more cards. We move up the pyramid in these pyramid spreads. But I do have to say the first 5 cards here are looking pretty good. I have to say they're looking pretty good. There is this message here in this week from the collective where a lot of people are getting this 8 of Swords, particularly fire signs. And, you know, there is something around this mental battle. Like, that's the only way that I can describe it. We'll go into it more in depth here with the 8 of Swords, but in the future, you do have financial changes that are positive, it looks like, coming in the future. That could be very, very positive for you here, Leo. The past also looks pretty good for you, so let's just dive into this. So in your overall situation, you do have the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords talks about this feeling of being stuck in your mind or stuck in your thoughts, even trapped or imprisoned in your thoughts. You can see they are surrounded, handcuffed, blindfolded, surrounded by all of these swords. Each sword represents a thought. But here's the key, Leo. No one else has put them in this prison. Okay, there's no key available. Well, there is a key available to get out of this prison, but no one else is holding it. You hold the key. You're the only one who holds the key to get out of this imprisonment, to get out of this mental trap that you've maybe found yourself in. And so this talks about where self-limiting beliefs may be getting in the way. You know, you may have a library of imperfections about yourself. You may be super critical of yourself. You may not be seeing something clearly because there's some mental interference going on here. And so that's really this energy here of the 8 of Swords. In fact, if anything, the energy on the left in the past and in the future looks so good that it's like, I do wonder if some of you are giving yourself credit. Could it be that you're not giving yourself credit? Could that be the situation that's happening here with this 8 of Swords? In the past, you do have the Justice card and the Sun. So I do want to show you, we have this blindfold energy here showing up with the Justice energy and then also the 8 of Swords. Now the thing is, Justice card is very good. It is a card of karma, and it says that at the end of the day, all parties will get the outcome they deserve. And so if you've been putting good energy out to the universe, which you clearly have here with the Sun, and you know, if you've been doing the things you need to do, Justice card is an incredibly good card to find. It's also referring to like potentially legal situations, but also the truth. And what's very interesting here is you have 2 cards of truth. The Sun is the happiest card to find in the tarot. For me, it's the best card to find in the tarot because who doesn't want to be like totally happy, which is exactly what the Sun is. But it's also, if you take a look at the symbolism here, the planets revolve around the Sun, right? And so this is a major message of power. The Sun is a major message of not just happiness, victory, success, but also power. And so for me, it's the best card to find, but it's also a message of truth, because whatever is untrue, whatever is not right in your life will be exposed by the ray of the Sun. And so the past for Leo here has been full of major truths. And I think you found that the truth is that you're probably doing better than you think. Or the truth is, you've found out that you've done better than you thought than you thought you were doing. And so again, don't really care where the sun is in any placement. It's always a good sign, and it negates the negative aspects of negative cards around it, which you have it next to this Eight of Swords. So it's like some of you are finding the solution to the problem. There's another thing that I wanted to say here for you, Leo. Oh, some of you may be dealing with a Libra. The Justice card is a card of Libra. And I don't know, maybe somebody, that's a message for somebody. Yeah, for some of you. Now, in the future, you do have major financial energy here showing up with the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles speaks to change, financial changes. You can see that, the Pentacles here are juggling between the person's hand. This indicates fluctuations in money. And it says that money can either come in or leave, or be gained or be lost. By default, it's a good change. And you have it next to the Knight of Pentacles, which is a very good change. And so your financial money situation and energy looks very good for the future. I don't know what some of you have been doing, but you've been doing something. And the Knight of Pentacles says that, yeah, you've been doing something, and here's your events, here's your arrival. The thing about the Knight of Pentacles is it is like the opposite of a lottery win. It's like the opposite of, just happening into money. The Knight of Pentacles is money derived from hard work, effort, and energy. Okay? The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's extremely, extremely hardworking and dependable, especially as a quality of a person. Like, you may be a dependable person. You may be showing up for yourself at this time. But the point being is, after you've put in work, after you put in energy and effort, the Knight's coming forward to offer their pentacle out to you and say, this is the result of all of your hard work. This is coming in with a change here with the Two of Pentacles. So like some of you have been, it's almost like maybe you haven't been giving yourself credit with that Eight of Swords in the middle of how much like you deserve this situation. I would say give yourself a pat on the back in these first 5 cards, but let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. So you have the Knight of Cups. Some of you are going to meet a Libra, or if you may already. You have the Four of Pentacles. You have the Four of Wands. And you have the Tower. Isn't that interesting? So, so if you're single and you're like very interested in potentially like getting out there, putting yourself out there, dating, somebody views you as extremely attractive. They may be a Libra, or they may have Libra qualities about them. I do think that there's maybe a small portion of you, or there's a percentage of you, it's a Libra. Like, it's a Libra. Whether it's their sun sign, it might be their sun sign, or it's, a different placement. But I think they have that type of energy about them, and they find you very attractive because the sun is here, you being in the sunlight, right? Okay, so you have that situation if you're looking, and by the way, they could be a long-term partner in the future here with the Four of Wands. Who knows how long that will take, but Four of Wands is like card of marriage. You have the double fours here in the middle, actually. What you're really wanting, though, this Eight of Swords, you're breaking out of this anxiety situation, or this like self-limiting situation here with the Eight of Swords in the middle at the base of the pyramid. And the double fours here is providing you with stability in your life, and that's what you're really looking for. Four of Pentacles can talk about financial stability arriving, and the Four of Wands can talk about stability in partnerships and relationships, in life generally, even in work and career situations. It's interesting. You have the Tower here. So the thing is, if you've watched my readings before, I always say, do not be afraid of any of these cards, and do not be afraid of the Tower, because the Tower's, like the Death card, is one of the most misunderstood cards. It's actually a blessing in disguise, because this person was on unstable ground. They had a shaky foundation in their life, and now they are being brought to their foundation, and they are being given a way out of a situation. As you can see, they're falling from the Tower. They didn't have a way of getting out of the Tower before. And so it's actually a blessing in disguise. They are being given a shock. It is a shock. It is an upheaval, and it can be a challenge. But it doesn't have to be doom and gloom. And if anything, the Tower represents revelations. It represents a way out of a less than ideal situation, of a house of cards. And I think some of you here, this could be like a way out financially. This could be something relating to material situations. Maybe like you've been looking to get a more stable living environment, like maybe a better place to rent, maybe something like that. There could just be a shocking moment here that happens where it's like, oh, this is working out for me now. Let's go ahead and let's see what we have here. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel negative situations here with the money, because you have great fortune here. You have that with the Sun, the Four of Pentacles. Again, we have this change coming in here. And also just the Tower can represent change. And so like sudden change. And so just keep that in mind. But you have it here with the Great Fortune card, which is the best card to find and in the Kipper deck. And then take a look, right? We have this imprisonment message here with the Eight of Swords. We've been talking about this whole time, where the imprisonment is the imprisonment of your mind, of your thoughts. You have the key to get out of this lock, or to unlock this situation. And, you know, main male, I don't attach... Sorry about that, Leo, the video cut out here. But what I was saying is main male, this can be you, because I don't attach gender to my cards, and this is one of the two main characters in the Kipper. So if I'm putting this together, you know, you here are dealing with something internally, something that is imprisoning you, like potentially mentally here. And I think it has something to do about like maybe confidence, or something to do around like maybe like a financial situation or something like that, where it's like, I would say like put the facts on the table and put everything out there and see what's going on in that situation, because this is an amazing sign. The Great Fortune sign is an amazing sign of abundance. You have the best card in the Kipper, you have the best card in the Tarot, but there's like something that's like blocking you at this moment. And so let's see what this might be. All right, so let's move up the pyramid here. You have the Five of Wands, you have the King of Swords, and you have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so yeah, I mean, look, so we have the thing is, the Eight of Swords progresses into the Nine of Swords, right? Those cards come one after the other. So the Nine of Swords is going from, like I'm in my mind, you know, whatever, like I can't get out of this. The Nine of Swords is full-blown, like, nightmares, okay? This is a card of fear, right? And fearing something that hasn't even happened yet. That's the thing, that's the key about the Nine of Swords. Nothing has happened yet. And so can you, once again, try to separate some sort of thought that's happening here with what's actually happening in the external, some type of internal thought with what's happening in the external? I think this is a very important message for some Leos, because it's almost like this is like really, I do want to say like holding you back, and this may even be, this is, what else is there to say? I feel like there's one thing holding you back, and once you work through that one thing, it's like the whole universe is available to you here. You have the Five of Wands in the past, which is about conflict here, and some of you are internally conflicted, okay? This is an internal message. I know I sound like a broken record, but this is what's coming in. Going back here, some of you are dealing with a Libra, okay? You're either going to enter into a partnership with a Libra, a relationship. You may have dealt with a Libra in the past, but there's King of Swords, Justice, and I had a very strong energy where it is, if their sun sign's not Libra, which I think for some of you it is, but if they just have that quality about them. So let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. So you have the Four of Swords, and you also have the Star. Okay, so amazing. So here's the thing. Whenever I get the Star in a reading with the Tower, it always works out, because number 16, the Tower, moves into number 17, the Star. The Star is a necessary card after upheaval. The Star brings clarity, calm energy, healing, and even synchronicities into your life. But the Star represents a wish come true, or a wish being granted to you in your life. And so it's clear that you have not only been wishing, but with this Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, you've been doing. And what we may be seeing here with this Eight of Swords and all of this mental energy is some of you may have been putting so much energy into manifesting something, so much energy into wishing something into existence, that may be causing a little bit of interference. When I feel like right now it's moving into allowing, and you maybe want to move into a space of just realizing that this wish is going to come in, just whenever it comes in type of deal. You have the Four of Swords, which is healing from a situation. See what's at the top of the pyramid. You have the Six of Swords here. And so the Six of Swords is you going through a transition in your life. It's moving on to calmer shorelines. Same with the Star and the Six of Swords. Your timeline is becoming much calmer. It's becoming very good for you here. And some of you here are making a major transition, I think, in relationships. Some of you are making a major transition in money situations, career situations, and yeah, look, Seven of Pentacles. If you're here for relationships, this is a long-term partnership, maybe even somebody you do family planning with down the road. And if you're here for career, long-term situation looks very, very good for you. So love this reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.